Hey there YouTube, we're going to do a bit of paintwork and masking on this little Suzuki Swift, so I'm going to have to paint it with the door open and yeah, just do like a little bit of a blendy blend here and there. Got the door ready and the bumper bar is outside. It's actually a brand new bumper bar with chips and scratches all over it, but I had to repair them and put some UV primer on it. Beast mode has been well and truly activated today. I started off this Friday today, started off the morning by priming this up and a couple of other jobs, then painted a bull bar. It was actually on the car because it's a great big bull bar, bit of a prick of a job to pull off. So painted that on the car and then jumped back onto this, and I'll get this painted by the end of the day. It's a beautiful day, it must be like 31, 32 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but it's perfect. I don't know what it is, like sometimes on these really nice days I just get like this extra little bit of motivation. Don't know where it comes from, but just get fully pumped and your mind's like fully on the job. You're thinking like 10 moves ahead, you know exactly what you're gonna do before you do it and shit. Love it. We actually lost our apprentice yesterday, Moses. Got moved on. Won't get into the details, it's not really anyone's business to be honest, other than ours and his, but he's gone and we've got a new guy starting. So hope this guy, yeah, he's got a good opportunity. Hopes he takes the most advantage of it. Got a feeling he will. He's actually a Thai kid. He's like 18 years old. So when you're 35, you can call 18-year-olds kids. So I think the Thai guy came over here 8 years ago or something with his parents, and he's got a license already. He's 18, just got a car and that. I think they got him from trade school, so I think he's done like a pre-apprenticeship or something like that through TAFE. I might even have to give him a spray gun when he turns 30. Like, I'll tell him that if he hangs around. I'll give him a good gun. Dangle a carrot under his nose, you know. Yeah, it's hard to get good apprentices these days. Well, I guess it probably always has been. The one thing about the schooling system that sucks, like, they don't push the bright young kids to get into trades enough anymore, and Australia's suffering because of it. We don't have enough skilled people in, and we're importing people. This guy I used to work with, he was an apprentice, and he told his career teacher that I want to be a spray painter, and she said, oh no, don't do that. It's like, why? What's wrong with it? You know? You sat in classrooms your whole life, and you know, you're just pissed off or something. I don't get it. Like, they just don't fully understand the way the world works. There's absolutely nothing wrong with doing physical labour and learning a trade. I've actually heard studies say that some of the most happiest people around the world are tradesmen. I think that was my razor blade. No, oh no, there's my dollar. I was going to get a Coke with that. No, she's gone. That's fallen out of that pocket. Oh well, at least it wasn't the credit card. That I would have been fishing out. Yeah, as I was saying, I've heard studies that like some of the happiest people around the world are tradesmen. And at the end of the day, I came to this realization when I was like in my early 20s. The rest of life doesn't really matter. Money, all that kind of crap. As long as you are happy, that is the key to life, really. Doesn't matter what you're doing. Like, you could be flipping burgers at Burger King or whatever it be, and if you're happy doing that, who is anyone else to tell you that you're not successful or you're not, you know, that's not good enough for them because you're happy, you know. I'm happy doing this job. I like doing it. I get a lot of job satisfaction out of it. Enjoy coming to work every day, and yeah. Who the hell is some careers teacher to tell me that this isn't a job worth doing, you know? I say screw you, and screw you telling people not to do it. Yeah, one thing they've sort of studies have found about like the younger people is like when they're getting into the workplace, because they're like sort of wired to get instant gratification through just, you know, the way they've lived their life. They get into the workplace and they might do a couple of years and, you know, they're not the head spray painter, or they're not, you know, making the $1,000+ a week or whatever, and they just like, nope, this isn't for me, so they give up too early, you know. Like, this takes years to master this trade, you know. I'd say I've mastered it. Yeah, definitely mastered the auto refinish, smash repairs. But there was actually a point not long after getting out of my like finishing my trade, I was considering giving it up. I'm really glad I didn't. It was this guy, really good tradesman. Geez, his name, drawing a blank of his name at the moment, but it's not really the point. The message that he gave me was like, well, not so much even a message, it's just a bit of help. And something is, because it was like a Melbourne winter, which it can get brutally cold over there, and I was just getting runs, and I'd always been taught to just paint with the fluid wide open. He grabbed my gun, he wound the fluid in to 2.5 turns out, I still remember, and I was like a new spray painter. Literally, it was amazing, you know, like, yeah, just, to me now it seems like such an obvious thing, but back then I just hadn't, you know, the other painters that I'd worked with, that's how they'd always painted, just fluid fully open. You know, my prep work was okay, the colour matching was okay, I could do the polishing, I could do every part of the job, but I just was getting runs way too much, and yeah, it was just like I take this trade pretty seriously and my work pretty seriously, and it can get like demoralising when you're trying so hard and it's just not working for you, you know. But it is an all too common thing, like what I was saying about our apprentice, like people to finish their trade and just get out of the trade, and like they're either not good enough for it or they just can't do it, you know. Probably the kind of masking that a few people will be able to benefit from watching, I guess. Sort of second nature to me these days, it's pretty basic. So we'll just do a bit of a false edge down there after. Give it a prep sole first. So I found like sometimes people do like little blendy blends here and here. It's honestly it's no more work at the end of the day by the time you try polishing them out. It makes a much better job just to run off this edge around those door jambs. Got a bit more work on tomorrow. Going down to Rust Works, and actually the shop where I used to work, like my regulars will know the shop I'm talking about, the one with the low bake prep bays in it, the one low bake oven, and they were using Chromax Pro. They've actually changed over since. They've gone over to, what was it, like De Beers, or yeah, De Beers water. Okay, well, the sun shines, as they say. And sometimes you can actually start running out of room. You kind of need that little bit in here to get the gun in. So I have to pull that over a bit and paper it or something. At the end of the day, like, I used to sign it sort of like with stuff like this where you have to paint a door open. I used to scratch my head, and I would say it's fairly common for like most painters. They'll go through that stage where like some of those jobs can like boggle them, like, how can I paint that? Because if the door's open, you know, I would have to do it in 2 stages or something. But you don't, you can swing doors and stuff like that. Just myself, I just got to this point, it was like an epiphany, and I just like, well, you know what, that needs painting, that doesn't need painting. Just put bits of tape and paper and plastic around until you've got the parts exposed that you want painted. I know it sounds like really simple, but my dad was saying about teaching, it's like a famous quote or something, if you can't explain it in simple terms, you probably don't understand it so good yourself. If you're making this bloody complex explanation for everything, you probably don't fully understand it yourself. I think he's right. My dad's actually a teacher, by the way. So I reckon I might have picked up some of that off him. If you look at this channel, the other channel mainly, like, got over 100,000 followers teaching people how to spray paint. also picked up his work ethic. He is also a painter and decorator by trade, my old man. So does house painting and restoration. And that's what he was doing most of my childhood. When I was very young he was teaching, but moved out of that, just politics got a bit too much for him. We're getting there. If you break this trade down like into stages, none of them are really hard, but you just got to put them all together, you know. That's the way I look at it anyway. All together into that package, and yeah, you'll be the real deal. Now we've got to plastic up that door. Yeah, so I've had an idea for a while where like other people who are interested in starting their YouTube channel, or even just feel like doing a one-off or something, get yourself a GoPro camera, whack it on your head, film yourself working away, and I'll do a bit of a feature, you know. I've tried doing it a few times, people have shown a bit of interest, but it all just seems like too much work for some people, you know. All I need you to do is get some footage. I'll do a bit of rough editing if you want, or you can do it yourself. And you know, whack it on my channel, give you a shout out, link to your YouTube channel or whatever, even if it just be an Instagram page, show the world what you got. Well, I kind of have the following, so some people wish they had, so use that to help you, why not? So if you're interested, let us know in the comments down below. Based in the shop. So yeah, we still need to like paint that whole sill panel, so we've got access to that over here. But we're not going to get overspray all over the door. It's quite simple really. A little bit of a loop up over there. I'm going to go out and get that bumper prepped up. Get a bit of paper down the bottom, and yeah, I'll flip the camera for a minute, go back in.